morning, everybody.
Good morning.
We are doing Coffee with Karen. After a year and a half of not having it, we're starting it again, and we're going to attempt to do it in our own unprofessional manner. Before, we had somebody who did it. He set up all the lights. He was very professional, but we're going to be a little bit more real, and so bear with us. Hopefully, we get better every time we do it. We are going to do Coffee with Karen once a month, and we also are doing our newsletter once a month. And I want to introduce you today to Katie. Katie is my oldest daughter, and she is going to be running the Coffee with Karen and getting that going, and she also does the newsletter. So, Katie, tell us a little bit about you.
Yeah, I'm here about once a week doing the newsletter. I have 6 kiddos, and my last one is just going to be going to school next year. So, coming to work at the mill a little bit.
Well, I want to be here less, so the first place I start to get here less is to grab my children and say, you would be great at this. And Katie is doing a great job, and she just did the last newsletter had a blog about ranching, because she has a little personal interest in that part of life, and so she gives a very nice flavor. So Katie, tell us a little bit why you talked about lambing season in the last newsletter, which you can read in the blog as well.
Yeah, we had a post, lambing is a season, and here in the heart of Wyoming, as in most of the country, or lots of places of the country, ranchers are getting ready for the time of year where they are lambing or calving and basically coming up with next year's production. And it's seems like a long couple of months. You'll have to read more about it to really get a feel for a little taste of what that looks like. But yeah, it's good. It's all fun, but it's a busy time of year.
Yeah, it's pretty intense, actually, pretty intense. But it is wonderful, when you see those new little critters frolicking out in the pastures.
Yeah.
It's just not so fun when it's snowing and blowing and you're up all night long. But it is a season. So first thing I want to highlight today is what I'm wearing. So this shawl is absolutely beautiful, and I just want to tell you about it. The pattern is called Drachenfels by Melanie Berg, and we sell it as Stars and Stripes. You get Melanie Berg's pattern and also the yarn to make our Stars and Stripes. Well, I had someone come in the mill last summer, and she said, I'd love to knit you one. And so I just went in and picked out the colors I liked, and I gave them to her, and about a month ago, it came to me in the mail. It was just beautiful. And it's squishy and soft, and I love the neutrals. These are all our natural yarns. It's highlighting our tweeds. So you have one of the flint tweeds in the pattern, and also the natural gray and the natural cream. But I think the combination is really beautiful and very classy. And I feel like I can just put this on and I'm ready to go out to dinner or somewhere fancy. Not that I do that, but it still makes me feel like I could.
Or come to the mill.
Or come to the mill. Yes, I come to the mill and I have my pretty on. It is really quite beautiful. I'm going to put down my coffee cup and show you. It is, again, it's just that same pattern as our Stars and Stripes, which you can see right behind me up on the wall. But this is just done with the naturals, and it's going to be called Tweed as your selection if you want to try your hand at knitting this beautiful shawl. And you can wear it all sorts of different ways. I like to put the point in the front. I think that looks really cool, and then just wrap it around my neck a little bit. And it really doesn't matter what I do, it's just really pretty.
It's beautiful.
So that's our highlighting some of our natural colors. And anytime you're buying our natural yarn, remember these are undyed. So this is all made with the color of the wool that comes in. And we do some blends, we make a light gray and then we blend a dark one with a light one, and anyway, it just gives it a bunch of beautiful texture and all undyed and natural, and you can't get better than that.
No.
Yeah, it's always really a nice way to go. The other thing I wanted to talk about is, since we did do Coffee with Karen, a year and a half ago, we would love to see in the comments anything that you would like to hear about in our Coffee with Karen. Like I said, we'll be doing it once a month, and we'll also have the newsletter once a month. So any ideas, anything you'd like to know about the mill? We're very diverse, and there's lots going on. One of the things that kept us from doing Coffee with Karen, and I think our newsletter kind of fell off too for a while, because we're so busy. We are just bursting at the seams with all the new equipment that's been set up. We also have a new dye operation that's been pretty new, and that we have more people working here in order to run the equipment, and everything's kind of a jumble and very disorganized, but I know it will get better soon. So,
She knows from experience.
yeah, it's going to get better. I know it's going to get better, but we are busy, and that's a really good, encouraging thing. Even in our times, people still love to knit, and they love our apparel. We sell so many beanies. We've been selling a lot of our apparel because we don't just make yarn, we make it all the way to a finished item, and that just makes us very diverse, and we have a lot of different pots on the fire, or irons in the fire. Irons in the fire. Something like that. Is there anything else, Katie? What was there some highlights we're going to be talking about with the newsletter?
In the next newsletter, we're going to be highlighting our yarn makers, the ones that take the yarn from its raw state and bring it into the yarn so that you can knit or crochet, or we can make our apparel from it. And it's a neat to see maybe a little glimpse into manufacturing. We're used to just going out and getting something on a whim, and we forget that it takes a lot of hands, a lot of time, a lot of effort on a lot of different people to get those products. And so hopefully we provide you a little glimpse with that, and you can have more of a backstory of your product.
Yeah, kind of connections. Connections are what it's all about. Mm-hmm. So make sure you put in the comments what you'd like to see. And I got to pick up my coffee cup because we're back. Coffee with Karen and Katie.
Yeah. Thanks for listening.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Bye.